Hello. How are
How
you
are you?
doing?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Fantastic. Never better.
So, what are we doing today?
Well, this one's simple. You're going to teach me your ways. How
Okay,
you
great.
book calls, what you've been doing, what
Yeah,
you've been learning, and then we'll leave questions for the end. But all you need to do is share the screen and show me how you prospect,
yeah, absolutely.
and I'll
Uh,
make sure you're duplicating.
Great. I've got I think 6 meetings set up this week,
Holy shit. Nice.
and most of them on tomorrow and on Thursday. I'm gonna die, plus client calls.
Good. That's how it should be. You should be fucking busy.
Exactly.
Busy mind.
Absolutely. So, first of all, um, okay, so let's look at this one.
Alrighty, let's go.
Okay, so this one is a new conversation. So
Cool.
yeah, today she's come back. So I'm gonna, and I sent her, I'm working on a new workshop to help coaches build a predictable way to sign clients. Would it be
Great
okay?
frame question.
Oh, good, good.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna send this.
Cool. I like that question.
Okay, great. And then I'll wait. And that's counted as new conversation,
Hmm.
right? And let me, oh, she's another one today. Okay, so I sent her, I'm working on a new workshop on Wednesday. She's come back today saying sure.
Hmm.
Uh, so it said that. Then she's got this thing. Let me see if I can. No. I got so fed up of all of it, to be honest. I took some time out to regroup, rethink. How can I change things up? I'm sorry, can you see it
Mm.
or shall I
Yeah,
read?
I'm reading.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this is a really good example.
What's the question you asked?
So I asked
Okay.
the challenge question.
Hmm. Cool. What are you gonna say to that?
So this was an interesting one. So you know uh, my method is to get them on the call as soon as possible because I was losing them when I was asking them too many questions. So
Hmm.
she's gone offline now, but I'm going to say, well, there's a lot to unpack here. Would you be open?
Hmm.
Let me just. So basically, I'm skipping all of this and going
I
to
like that. That's good. S- Straight
uh,
to it.
transition to the code. Uh, I've been also asking, is that something you're looking to fix now or more of a later thing? Because to see whether how urgent it is for them so that I don't waste my time. But I'm thinking at this stage, let's just get them on the call. Uh,
I would just remove that. Reason why is because they don't need urgency to book the call.
right.
All you're
Okay.
trying to do is get a yes. And if you follow the sales script and you ask them why it's important now, the
Yeah.
what you're doing is you're creating an internal urgency by
Right.
asking the reason. You're
Yeah.
looking for an internal emotional urgency on the call
Yeah.
more than you're asking for an urgency on like the upfront application or the DM setting. Because nobody really knows why now,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
unless it's on the call.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So the script is, would you be open to a different perspective
Yeah,
on
you
this?
got it.
So shall I just send this?
Yes, I don't like the other one here, where would you be open to exploring what one clear main
Yeah.
offer and a pathway could look
Yeah.
like for you?
This one I had to customize
Because
it
what
to.
they'll do is that they'll disagree that they're gonna have all kinds
Yeah.
of opinions on I did feel like I need more than one, or I feel like I need this. And then you get into an argument and you're gonna lose calls that way.
Yeah, no, exactly. So shall I use this or shall I use
Yeah,
this
I
one?
like that. So it's actually both. It's you're first getting an agreement to would you be open to a different perspective, and they say yes. Which
Yeah.
what you're doing there is that's actually the urgency. It's an
Right.
agreement that they are. that they are looking for something different
Yeah.
and they're not
Okay.
closed off to new perspectives. And then
Yeah.
you say, cool. And then now they already said yes. Now you're going to have a much higher likelihood of them saying yes to this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. So she's saying, so I'd sent her the challenge question
Mm,
morning.
that's exactly what you solve.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the same thing, right?
Nice. You're just going right into it, huh? Is that how
Yeah.
you've been booking calls? You're just going
Yes.
straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
tried the going back and forth and I was losing them.
Got it. Okay. Good on catching the data. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm compiling a list of everything they've said
Yep.
uh, as well. So let's see and also it's quicker. And honestly, compared to the 5 days I was doing, I don't mind, even if they're not the right fit. So this one, um, actually, before this one I've had continuous discussion. And when I asked her about a challenge, she turned it around and asked me, whether I wanted something. Then she's pushing her thing. So I said, look, this is not for me. So I thought I'll wait until tomorrow and then chase her up on my this question, which she's
Scroll
really
down. I'm not feeling great today, gamers. Oh, I see. So, what you
so
could do is you could reply to that top one where it says not that what you said. Reply to your own message, the frame
right,
question here.
right, right,
Be like, what cool, still cool if I ask this? And just
right.
keep on like because she agreed and then stopped.
Yeah, yeah,
Like maybe her setter took over and
yeah.
then
I
like
don't.
tried to prospect you and didn't see that. But I would
Yeah,
just say, hey, is this still okay if I ask? Yeah.
right,
And just make sure she remembers the agreement because what she's
right.
doing is like the point of that question is this for her to not do what she just did.
Right, right, right. Exactly, exactly. These are again new. I'm asking if I can ask them a question, and I've
Hmm.
had previous callings with them, but I'm counting this if they as one DM, and
Hmm.
then when they come back, it's a new conversation. Is that right?
Yeah, just
The
count it
whole
as
thing.
new. Yeah, just
Yeah,
because you're just started really tracking, so you might as
exactly,
well.
exactly. And this one should responded, should liked one of my posts. So then I went and
I
asked.
you're good. You've passed your
Okay.
your inspection.
Ah, great.
You've yeah, you're what I'm looking for here is it's called duplication. What is
Right,
duplication? When I say apple, you say apple, right?
right,
When I say jump 3 feet, you say jump 3 feet instead of jump 3.5 feet,
right.
right? And so what I'm doing is when you're skill training is I'm trying to make sure that you're duplicating what I'm saying and you're getting in, you can go on your own and be able to do it yourself. So
Yeah,
you've got it. Now we're gonna do is we're gonna start getting you to build this into a business. All right.
right.
So I'll help you with your script on my own time. I have it on my notes.
Thank
But
you.
what I have for you is it's called a roadmap. Okay.
Okay.
And the roadmap is where you've seen we have uh, a dashboard.
Yes. Yeah.
You've seen that.
Yeah.
Heard me scream about it,
Yes.
every call. So you know already why it's important.
Yeah.
So we don't need to
Exactly.
beat that dead horse. And then what we're gonna do is, and now that you'll have a dashboard, you'll be able to track your data, and because you can track your data, we can actually set targets.
Right.
And we can identify your bottlenecks
Yes.
instantly instead of like in theory.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So let me get this roadmap for you. All right. So in our little chat here is your roadmap.
Okay. Great.
Okay. All right. So it's three phases here. Install the social selling system, which is essentially what you've been doing and training on is your DMs. So we got that handled where you can now book calls
Yeah.
properly, right? Now with some extra training, I mean, you're booking what, 6 to 10 a week right now?
Yeah, 6.
6 a week. Some proper
Yeah.
training and a few tweaks, you'll be at 10.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're pretty much already getting the 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 outcome of the program without all the other cool stuff, which is
Yeah.
what we're looking for here.
Right.
Now, next is we're going to set up the tracking dashboard, and then we're going to develop your outbound army and actually scale it. Cool.
Amazing.
All right. So this is your official start date, actually, um,
Yeah.
which is 2/2/26. All right. Now, right here is your assets that you're going to build. Every asset, just to keep things organized, instead of sending me links everywhere,
Yeah.
just drop the link here. And then if like you want me to find it, just say, hey, check the dashboard.
Right.
Right. And
And
then
the
we could keep
links
everything here.
are, and what links are they? Oh, right, right, right. Community link. Right, right. I see.
Yeah, but it's everything that you're going to be building moving forward. Yeah, and then next is targeting and outbound, all this good stuff here, DM setting process. You already kind of have all this.
Right.
I'm going to highlight the ones you want to jump to right now. Have you gone through my sales section? You think you did
Yes.
this? Okay, have you watched all the videos?
Not all of them yet.
All right, I would binge watch that. But first, sales dashboard, then your pre-call video sales letter that outlines your process. So this is I have some good AI prompts and stuff that'll help you build out your sales letter. But
Oh, I
before
see.
every call, it'll help you actually set the context of the call so your close rate goes up.
Yeah.
So this is key.
Yeah.
Next, personal performance. So this business karma thing, um,
Mhm.
a great case study for this is I believe Marie did it, and we saw basically her bad karma, right? And what happens is what you do, what I've noticed, especially when it comes to sales, because sales is a mirror. Um, she was having a hard time like signing other people's agreements and making agreements that she could keep. And what was happening was her clients were doing the same thing and then she couldn't handle them because she also agrees with that.
Mhm.
So think about how much of a mind fuck that is. Your
Mhm.
prospect's like, yeah, I don't sign agreements. I gotta have my lawyer look at it. And you do the same thing.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Well, you'd be losing sale after sale after sale because
Yeah.
you can't handle it. So for
Mhm.
me, I don't operate that way, so I just people just don't get away with it,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? But when I did operate that way,
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. You see how that
Right.
works?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to actually silently agree with people's misconduct because you do it.
Right. Right.
Um
Exactly.
for you to not be able to handle it, especially
Yeah.
like clients when you start really handling people. So
Mhm.
what I want you to do is what you're going to do in this is you're going to identify your bad karma and you're going to write it down as it is, what you've been doing, and you can make a personal decision to change it if you'd like.
Mhm.
Right? It's all personal to you. So this is a personal thing, and I swear to God, she signed the date she signs the agreement. The next week she has a $10,000 week.
Wow.
All right, so it was a beautiful session, and the way it just all kind of came together, it's like it's very
Yeah.
spiritual. Um, so what you want to do is you want to identify what you're doing to other service providers, other clients, anything you've done bad to a client, anything you've done, because what you're going to do is you're going to kind of keep the business away from you so you don't hurt
Yeah.
them. So if you
Yeah.
change that operating basis, the flows will move, the energy flows, the fucking money comes in. It's very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Amazing.
Next thing you're gonna do is you can go through my group creation process if
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah.
look at it, how I actually operate the group. Definitely
Yeah.
helpful. And
Yeah.
then sales process, go through this again, like go through all
Yeah.
the videos, the objection handling, how I operate a call. And then when you're done with all that, you let me know and we're gonna do our team development next. I want to get you to around 10 to 20 grand a month. I want you to be around where Marie is at.
Yeah,
Uh, get your cash flow up, get the pay, get your debts paid down, and then we'll get you to a point where you can hire out at least a VA to keep
yeah,
the conversations going because I want you just drowning in conversations and fucking sales calls to where you're
yeah,
so busy that you actually have to hire somebody. Then we'll take your
yeah,
10 calls a week to like you'll be at 10 calls a week. You should be closing at least one of those up to 20 calls a week, which you should be closing around 3 to 4. And that'll
yeah,
get your stats up.
sure.
All right. Makes
Yes,
sense.
yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Here's the thing. You're doing the roadmap. It doesn't mean stop the conversations in the DMs.
Sorry, say that again.
Just because you're doing the dashboard doesn't mean to stop the
No, no, no,
conversation in the
no,
DMs. All right,
absolutely,
good.
absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
to make sure. What'll happen is I say, okay, cool, now do this. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna stop DMing now. And I'm like, no. Ah.
No, 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 the whole
Okay.
thing stops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it.
Um, yeah, and we'll go through the VSL later when the dashboard is set up. But I think you said it's basically I can use the pillars basically to say what my process is in the VSL.
Yeah, there's a script.
Okay.
And basically what you're doing in the VSL is you're explaining your mechanism. For
Right.
example, our mechanism is for coaches that do outbound. To get a higher response rate, the mechanism is the white rabbit method.
Right,
So I
right.
explain what a non sequitur is.
Right, right. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, that's it. So you have your own. So yours is like client consistency. So, there's a million ways to get clients, but how do you do it consistently? I teach
Yeah.
the consistent way, not the
Yeah.
big roller coaster way. Maybe you
Yeah.
could have your two to separate. You'd have the roller coaster way or the consistent way,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm, mm.
And
Yeah.
the roller coaster way is like, okay, you do a big launch in your group, you make a bunch of sales, and then it's crickets for the next 3 months, which
Yeah.
causes anxiety.
Yeah. Or that.
Or you can do it this way, which is
Yeah.
consistent week after week after week. That's kind of what I do.
Yeah, exactly. And also you said to do the master classes in the group as well. So I'm working on that as well.
Yeah,
Um, and then when I
that's
do
fine. Yeah.
the master class, I get them to get on a call with me, right? That's the call to action.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. Unless like, yeah, just do that. Ah,
yeah, yeah. Great. It's
sweet.
coming together. Yeah,
Yeah. You're
yeah,
following exactly how you should. Keep it up. Right now, your conversions need to go up because we've already
yeah,
fixed the conversations. Now we were fixing the call booking issue. Now
yeah,
you got to close the calls that you actually take. So that's the
yes,
script, the pitch, and the pre-call VSL. And then
yes,
we have to have everything tracked so we can spot accurately what the real bottlenecks are moving forward. And
yeah.
then I can look at your dashboard and just say, cool, fix that, fix that, fix that, fix that. So at
Okay,
the end of the day, it's just a little form. You plug in, 100 DMs, 50 conversations, 2 call offers, and then it updates, sends to the dashboard. And then just at the end of every day, you make your updates.
sure. And what's your method of follow-ups? Because on DMs, you lose them, right? So after a couple of days, it becomes really, you have to keep on scrolling down. Do
Yeah,
you have,
eventually you do more follow-ups than outbound event. Like it's
yeah,
yeah, it's you'll get there. Don't worry about that right now. When you're at the point where you're drowning in conversations is when you'll hire an outbound agent.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
All right, good. Any
Amazing.
other
Thank you
questions?
so much.
Just keep booking calls.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. But thank you very much. And
You're welcome.
really great program. I'm
Oh
so
wow.
glad I
Thank you.
said yes. Yeah.
I'm glad you said yes too.
The psychology that people go through when they're trying to buy is amazing because I'd watched all the YouTube things. I knew I needed this, but when it came to it, I was like, oh shit, I can't afford it actually. And then
Yeah.
but it's fascinating. And then I had to have a conversation with myself, like, you know you want this, so what is this shit? Just go for it. And but it's really good to see what the client is also going through.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably haven't reached that point that they know they want it. And
Helps you with your objections, right? And then you know what they're going
yeah,
through and how to carefully like get them up. Because what you're doing is they're tilting.
yeah,
No, yes, no, yes.
yes,
And what's happening is they're looking for data.
yes,
And so they'll say, I need to think about it because I either have too much data
yeah,
and I need to sift through all this to make sure it's the right decision. And or their tone level too. There's too much fear. So their
yeah,
tone should be at like an antagonism. Let's go charge forward. I'm enthusiastic.
mm, mm, mm,
Should be a
mm.
fighting tone.
Yes,
They're too in fear. What happens is they can't confront. They don't know which way to go. And so they want to run away. And so they're
yeah,
tilting. And so what they need is a little tilt slowly over to the yes.
mm, 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 mm.
And that
Yeah,
tilt is the data of, well, it's reason. It's what you're doing is you're actually reasoning. So like, um, well, you told me what you're doing isn't working. So do
mm,
you feel
mm,
like if you join this program, you'd make more money or less money in the next 2 or 3 months?
mm,
I
mm,
feel like
mm,
I'd make more money. Got it. So how much more money? Probably I'd
mm,
probably be at my goal of 20 grand a month. God, if you were making 20 grand a month, would the payments on this program be an issue for you? No.
mm, 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 mm.
Slowly
Yeah,
ticking over to the other side.
yeah,
Now it's
yeah.
their answers that they're giving you.
Yes,
Notice
not
that's what
putting.
the objections is. It's getting them because you're having the conversation with yourself with nowhere to go,
Mm, mm,
and you
mm,
can be your own worst enemy. But if you have a terminal, like a sales rep, you can kind of tell your concerns, and then I can ask you questions that get you to see,
mm, mm,
right?
mm, mm. Yeah,
Not forced.
exactly.
Here's why
What?
you should do it. You're like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah,
not
yeah.
really, because it's not what
Yeah,
you're thinking.
exactly, exactly. And could you just go through the way you got me to look at my finances? You said, do you
That's in
have
the
your
script.
phone?
That's specific,
Yeah,
very specific
right.
scripting that you're going to
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
What you're
Because you
doing
said,
is you're tying them down on the certainty that the prospect process will work.
yeah,
So finances aside,
you're right.
how do you feel about the process? I
Yes.
feel like this process is amazing and it could really help me. Why do you say that?
Mm-mm.
Because of this reason and this reason and this reason.
Mm-mm.
Got it. You notice what I'm doing?
Yes.
So most clients, they take care of this investment up front. But for certain clients, I don't feel like that's the best move for them to make depending on their situation financially. So I allow
Right.
them to split it up into installments. That being the case, since it's a goal of yours to do this, we've already agreed that. Do you want to explore some options?
Right.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Mm,
Okay. I don't have any set payment plans. So you got to tee it up. I don't have set payment plans. The payment plans aren't just a big list. Here you go.
mm-mm-mm-mm.
I customize each payment plan depending on what's best for the client financially. So, based
Mm-mm-mm.
on where you're at, it might be possible that you can do it right now. Or at the very worst, you can work towards it so there's a way out. You can work
Mm-mm.
towards it and work towards it in the future. Are you open to having an open and honest discussion? So
Mm-mm.
here's the scripting. Are you open to having an open and honest discussion about where your finances are at right now? Then
Mm-mm.
based on that, we can come up with a plan together.
Mm-mm.
See what I'm doing?
Yes. Yeah.
They say yes, and when we get an agreement. What's your cash on hand?
Mm-mm.
$10. Got it. How much credit do you have? What's your income? What's your expenses?
Mm-mm.
See? And then
Yes.
you
Yeah.
can now what you're doing is you're giving them financial advice on how they can pay for stuff.
Yes.
So it's called a
Yeah.
financial education close.
Right. Right. Right.
Now I'm the authority in finances, and you're not, right?
Mm-mm.
One, because your income isn't where you want it to be, and two, because you've gotten yourself into a pretty nasty hole, right? And
Mm-mm.
most people are like that, and so they already once they put the numbers out, they lose the credibility.
Yeah.
I gain the credibility, especially if you're in a make money offer. It's like, look, we got to look at the money.
Yeah.
right? I'm helping you here. And I
Yeah.
also said that if it's not a good time, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Now, I've
Yeah.
never had anybody say no. I don't
Yeah.
want to show you my finances unless I
Yeah.
sucked on the discovery.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah. Yeah.
cool. So, and then when you rewatch this, you can use that
Yes.
to hear how I go through the wording of the script.
Yes.
Yeah,
Amazing. Thank you so much. Really
you're welcome.
appreciate. And amazing.
All right,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Bye.
See you in a minute.
In a minute. Yeah, literally.